Happy New Year and welcome to this year's first edition of the Snakebite. I'm Carl Van Gelder here with Gavin Coker, and we couldn't be more excited to recap what has gone on during winter break for all of our teams, basketball, swim, and hockey. We have a lot to cover for you. Roll that intro. The number 12 men's basketball team has been absolutely rolling since the last show, going 4-0 over winter break. Starting off the series of wins, the Mocs went up to Lincoln, getting a glimpse of Northeast 10 basketball before experiencing some more of it during the Christmas Classic. In their matchup with Lincoln, the Mocs' physicality was tested throughout, but the difference in this game was Donovan "Jiggy" Smith and his electric three-point shooting. Jiggy continued to show his worth as a spark plug off the bench, vaulting the Mocs offense back on track with back-to-back-to-back threes to get the offense flowing. Dominic Denny led the team in points with a season high of 22, while Booth led the team in rebounds with 11 and assists with 8 as he was on triple-double watch with 10 points. The Mocs returned home after and kicked off the Mocs Christmas Classic with one of the most exciting games of the season as they took on Lander, one of the most talented teams in the country, who also made the Sweet 16 last year. The Mocs were tested from the jump in every way, offensively and defensively, but Jaden Booth was one of one, looking like vintage Jaden, scoring at will to finish the game with 38 points, including clutch free throws to seal the deal. No one could catch up to Jaden during the game, but I found a way after to get this interview.
I'm here with Jaden Booth. Jaden, 38 points in this one, and you hit a lot of big shots down the stretch. What went into having that confidence today?
Yeah, just all glory to God, man. Seriously, I just been trying to put a lot of work in this past week with Coach Donnelly after practice, trying to work on my shot, get my rhythm back, and all glory to God, man. My work paid off, but credit to my teammates, man. That's a really good team we just played. Really big region win for us, so that's a big-time win. Obviously made some big-time shots, but just glad we got the win.
And a career game from PG, who we can see on our screen there for a second, getting a new career high. You mentioned your teammates. How big was it to have that support from everyone, both defensively and offensively tonight?
So big. I don't think people really understand what all goes into this. I mean, some people see my points, but everyone has a huge role on this team, and they do it to perfection sometimes. So PG played his butt off. Steen played a really great game. And Joe played a heck of a defense all game for us. So that's a team effort. Obviously, you don't win 198 just by one person. So that's a whole team effort, and glad we executed it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Shane. Rest up for tomorrow.
Yes,
back to you, Jim.
Alex Steen also had a huge game with 20 points, 12 boards, and 2 blocks to pair with 𝙏𝙃𝙀, who racked up career high of 21 points. There was no rest for Florida Southern, though, as they took on New Haven the very next day and had another down-to-the-wire matchup. New Haven, like Lander, had their shot fall early and frequently, going 7 for 15 from 3 in the first half, challenging the Mocs offense to keep pace as they were only able to get 2 threes to fall in the first half. And 𝙏𝙃𝙀 made both of those threes in his perfect shooting first half as he went 6 for 6 for 14 points, helping the Mocs stay ahead up until the final moments of the first half when New Haven hit a half-court heave to send both teams into half even. The Mocs looked to respond coming out of half, but took a little to get their offense going. Overall scrappy play from the Mocs late, and PG returning to form propelled the Mocs to a 90-84 win. Gerald led the Mocs with a new career high again with 24 points to pair with his major defensive impact, guarding 1 through 5 and racking up 4 steals and 3 blocks. Here's what he had to say after the game.
Back-to-back games with career high points, 24 today, 21 yesterday. You also had 3 blocks and 4 steals. How have you been feeling?
I've been feeling good. We've been practicing every day hard this whole week, emphasizing that we need to sit down and play defense. So, and me, I always play defense. I love playing defense, so that's normal to me. But, with our team effort, it was easy for me to get steals and blocks, so yeah.
And you talk about the team effort and you guys playing defense. Joe Moon IV, he's played great defense all year, and he hit a huge shot at the end.
Yep.
Talk about Joe Moon a little bit.
Nah, Joe, that's my guy, man. He worked hard for this, every day he be in the gym, digging down, playing defense and all, bro. And that was a big-time shot. He works on that every day. I just seen him this morning working on that shot. So, I knew it was going in once I seen him going downhill. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, PG. Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas.
The Mocs had one final game before filming today where Booth showed his 38 versus Lander was no fluke, dominating the entire contest against Lynn in the first game of 2025 for FSC. Booth set a new career high in points with 40 while tying his career highs in three-pointers attempted and field goals attempted and three-pointers made. Oh, and he also had 2 blocks and 5 steals. You can see the graphic on your screen right now. He's been dominant as of late, but he doesn't do it all by himself. Against Lynn, Steen had a double-double with 10 points, 14 boards, and 2 blocks. Joe Moon IV and PG also totaled double-digit points. Amari Miller also showed out in his time on the court with 8 points and 9 boards and 20 minutes of play. During the stretch, Jaden Booth was selected as SSC Offensive Player of the Week twice. The Mocs take on Embry-Riddle tonight at 7:30. You can see the conference standings on your screen. This will be a good one.
The women's basketball team had a successful winter break too as they continued to put more pieces of the puzzle together, helping them set a school record in one game and get a gritty win over a strong Maryville squad in the other. In the first game of the Mocs Christmas Classic, the Mocs took on Trinity College, where everyone got minutes in a historic win. Long story short, the Mocs dominated in every facet of their 109-29 win, where they tied the all-time record for the largest margin of victory of 80, when the Mocs beat Flagler 106-26 on November 27, 1984. In the win, the Mocs had 2 quarters of 30-plus points, with Sydney Gomes being a major reason why, as she lit it up from 3, an area that she has made a major leap in this season. Gomes led the team in points with 17 while going 5 for 7 from 3. We also saw Lily Pereira score 12 and Gianna Voss scored 13 in the contest. The next day, the Mocs took on a strong Maryville squad, but the Mocs offense came to play, scoring their most points in a first quarter all season outside of their matchup against Trinity, as they dropped 25 first quarter points. The strong start came thanks to contributions from the whole team, and especially Ariana Bracero, who scored 8 points on 4 attempts from the field, going 2 for 3 from 3. In the second quarter, we saw Gomes start taking over again by clashing the glass and finding ways to get points on the board, providing the Mocs another 25 points first quarter for 50 first half points. Again, their most all year outside of the training matchup. In the third, Maryville looked to respond, but the Mocs closed the door in the fourth, securing their 90-85 win. Lily Rangard had 20 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds, and Carl got the opportunity to talk to her after the game.
You guys did a great job of just spreading the ball around all day. 6 assists on the day. What went into that?
You know, we've been working hard all week with practices. Everybody comes in every day wanting to work hard, and we were just excited to, go 2-0 and then get to have our Christmas break. And we just stuck to our game plan and executed it really well.
And down the stretch, executing at the free throw line was the biggest thing. You came into this tournament 93.3% from the free throw line and continuing to improve it. How are you hoping to continue to maintain that composure down the stretch?
I practice free throws every day, and I just take a deep breath and say it's going in, and, it just comes down to practice.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Lily.
After some time off, the women's basketball team returned to action at Lynn, where they continued their historic offensive performances to start the year, coming into the new year as the 3rd best scoring offense in SSC play. Unfortunately, with the new year came some rust, as the Mocs struggled to gain a true offensive identity throughout this matchup. Against Lynn, the Mocs fought throughout, eventually regaining a lead in the final moments. But due to a late foul with the second remaining, Lynn tied it up at 60 to send it to overtime. The Mocs ran out of gas and were outscored 14-3 in the final period as they fell 74-63. They will take on the number 22 and number 1 nationally ranked teams in the conference with Embry-Riddle this afternoon at the George Jenkins Fieldhouse at 5:30. The broadcast will be on the SSC Digital Network.
The men and women's swim teams participated in 2 dual meets over the break, the first being a meet at Indian River State College on December 13th, where both teams would fall short. The men lost 49.5 to 212, while the women lost 75 to 187 against the 50 straight Junior College National Championship IRSC team. The swim teams would bounce back, though, on January 6th, playing host to Westminster College. The men won 118-70 in an effort that was spearheaded by @𝙏𝙀, Brandon Wilson, Nino Villalon, Tristan Clanton, and the 400 medley team. The women would fare just as well as the men as they won 129-61, as they were led by first-place finishes from Olivia Miles, Ainsley Bennett, Sam Hunter, Elizabeth Sykes, and Zoe Selly, 400 medley relay team, and 200 free relay team. The swim teams took care of business and will look to continue to do so as they will take on Lynn January 17th in a dual meet.
The Mocs will finally be back on home ice after a break as they take on the UCF Knights for senior night on January 16th. The Mocs come into this matchup battling for playoff position in what will be a key game for the Mocs. The Mocs will immediately head down south for a battle with the FAU Owls. While the Mocs didn't have any ice time during the break, Will Marshall and Michael Wohl had the opportunity to represent the Mocs against some international competition as they headed to Austria and Germany. The Mocs will look to continue their win streak as they take to home ice next weekend.
And Gavin, they had a really busy winter break, Wohl and Marshall, and they did some damage with the AAU squads that went over to Europe. Talk about some of what they did there.
Yeah, so they scored 19 goals against one of the teams and only gave up one. And then they unfortunately in the third game took a 4-3 loss, and they head to Germany tomorrow and for their final game.
And what do you think this experience can do for the Mocs squad? You mentioned they're making that late playoff push.
I think it's cool to see two of their star players head over there and play some really key games and just really represent the Mocs, and what should, when they come back with that experience, should just push them into a late playoff run.
And you heard it here, folks. We have the voice of Florida Southern Mocs hockey here. Gavin, you'll be calling that last home stretch for the Moccasins. I'll be calling the games for Florida Southern basketball on Wednesday and this weekend when they take on Barry on Saturday. Make sure to tune into the SSC Digital Network. Super excited to continue to cover these teams for you, and super excited to have Gavin here on the desk. Can't wait for more here on the Snakebite.